Hi everyone, I'm back. So I taught you in a previous video how to get to the OneDrive and get your data sheet, and now I'm going to show you how to use your data sheets. This is the data sheet we pulled up for Beth Knievi, and if you'll notice on the left hand side, all of her students are there, and they are all blue because they're actually a hyperlink, and I'll show you that in a moment. Along the bottom, you'll see these are what we call logs. These are called classroom logs because they have the data of every student in the classroom. If I would like to put in data, I need to put it into the log. This is for Words Their Way and Fountas and Pinnell and Sight Words. This is for their ELA summatives, their writing DDM, and then their math summatives. All of these are right here in these logs. So let's say that I need to put in for Evelyn right here, let's say Evelyn is reading at a D when she is assessed in the fall. The Excel sheet will automatically color it as red, yellow, or green based on where students should be in the fall of first grade. And Miss Knievi will just go ahead and put in all her Fountas and Pinnell scores right here. Well, you'll notice if I click on Evelyn's name, the D has already been pre-populated into that area. The great part about this is that you don't have to input anything twice. It does it automatically. Any place you see a 0 is where data will be input. Okay, so if there's something, you definitely want to make sure that you never type in a number into this. Type it into the log, and then you'll be able to see. So let's say she got 75 on her unit 1. I'm going to click on her name and notice it's already there. It's very important that you do not put anything in here where the zeros are. But you absolutely can put in some area of concern for her. Maybe she has some issues with fluency. Maybe you have a goal for her. It might be a letter goal. It might be a number of words per minute. And I know fluency is probably not what you're working on in first grade. I apologize. And then you can write whether or not you met her goal. Maybe Evelyn is getting reading recovery, and you could input this information into here. Also, up here, you can click in as to whether or not if she's an ELL student. Let's say she's not an ELL student. If she was, you could always input her level, and you could input whether or not she's a SPED student. And if Evelyn needed to be statted at some point, you could type in the stat date there. One more feature here is that if you scroll down, you will see Evelyn's data sheet from kindergarten. So it's really quick for Beth Knievi to see how she did in kindergarten and to know whether or not, just to know kind of more about her student. And if you scroll back up, oh, one more thing about this, you cannot interact with this. This is just a picture. So you cannot interact with it, so you can't change anything. And the last thing is when you click this home button, you're returned right to the main page, this very first data log. And that will happen with every student when you click the home button. A couple of things to remember, please, please, please do not delete any student. I know we have a changing population, but if a student leaves your class, you will need to ask Cindy or myself, Lindsay, to fix that for you, because if you delete a row, it really messes everything up. Also, whoever is teaching that student will be the person to input data. So these data sheets will be shared among teachers. For example, if Miss Otani is working with Beth Knievi's ELL students and needs to input data, she will have access to it because it's a shared document. Because it's a shared document, we need to make sure that we don't save things. If it gets deleted, then everything gets deleted. So just have to be mindful of that. You're going to go back to the diskette and save it. You should never, if it asks you to do a save as, something went wrong. Okay, something went wrong, and you should you can come find me, or you can try saving it in another few minutes. Again, notice that at the bottom of your screen, right here where my mouse is, when I hit it, it's going to upload. And if it's not doing it right, it's going to give you an error message. Sometimes I've been getting error messages, but if I just resave it another second later, it's working.